The Middle East, the world's biggest oil exporter, has thrown hundreds of millions at sports deals. This includes Christiano Ronaldo's signature Formula One in Jeddah and the lucrative LIV Golf Tour. The journey to attract the best football coaches and players hasn't stopped. TFA Dubai, a prominent football academy and club in the UAE's professional football league, is back in South Africa for another round of football trials. This initiative follows the success of last year's event in Johannesburg, which resulted in local players securing professional contracts. To chat more on this, I'm joined by Sporting Director of the club, Ali Jishi, live on Zoom from Cape Town, where the trials took place. Ali, good morning. Thanks so much for speaking to us. Welcome back to South Africa. Talk to us about how the trials went yesterday.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. Always interesting, always an eye-opener. We had 100 of the best players in this area. We had people coming from Mozambique, we had people coming from Durban, people come from everywhere. So, it's always a joy to watch all these young football players trying to break through.
Well, we talk about young football players, but you look at players from as young as 14 or 15 up until 30 from what we understand.
It's 17 really, because you can't really sign professionally until you're 18. So at 17 we had some 25-year-olds, some 26-year-olds. It was a wide range, but like I say, the young dreamers are always refreshing to see. This was my point. Yeah.
Now, Ali, I know you've been in the business a long time. So what are the things that you look for on this particular day? Is it limited to a young individual's performance on the day, or do you look at other factors?
No, you look at the 360 degrees. I mean, look, we like to call this search, selection and education. We tell a lot of these young players that invest their time and money to come here, that look, as important as securing your contract is to see how far you are and what you need to work on, etc. For us as a professional football club, we look at everything from their attitude when they arrive to the way they interact with their teammates. And then, of course, it's technical ability, tactical ability, and fitness and physicality. You know, it takes a lot of ticks to make professional football. And a lot of these boys have dreams and ambitions, but, I think it's our duty to give honest and straight feedback. So we tell them, okay, you're great, you're talented, you're older, but you need to be doing this. So we look for the 360 degrees to answer your question, but of course it's a high task. It's a high task list.
Ali, a few months ago, I spoke to a football coach who has an academy overseas, and he said the chances of any individual in his academy, I think he was talking about 300 boys or something close to that, to make it in the big league was as high as 1 in 200. Is that how difficult it is to make it to the big leagues?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our program, our whole ethos is to find talent, bring it to Dubai, work with it, and sell it into the European market, which is the highest level of football. And the gap is huge. It really is huge. But, we are firm believers that there is diamonds that you can find. As you mentioned, we came last year to Joburg. We took a couple of boys with us who had won the trial. But they were followed by another couple of boys. And those other couple of boys are actually currently playing in the starting 11. So it is doable, it's achievable, but of course, the coach is right. The numbers in football are staggering. The numbers of people playing football, I'm talking about organized professional football, to the guys that make it to the top level are 0.1. But, our duty is to find the gems and keep working with them. This is every football club in the world is looking for football talents. We're not the only ones. It's just how you process it once you found it that gives the players the chances.
Ali, let's rewind a little bit and talk about that brief that you send out when you're looking for players to come in for these trials. What are some of the factors that you would state in that statement?
Well, look, I mean, what all of us look, the technical directors or scouts or whatever you want to call us, is the unorthodox player. The problem in football now is there's a lot of overcoached players, especially in the European game. So when you come to Africa, you find natural talent, you find street football players, those guys that think out of the box and play out of the box. So the number one thing we look for is that, are you different? Do you do something that other players we have don't do? And then after that, it's the normal stuff of fitness and tactical awareness and technical awareness. We in Dubai work a lot on fixing the stuff that's not fixed, if you see what I mean. So we have sports psychologists, we have nutritionists, we have strength and conditioning coaches. We can teach all that. We can develop football players that way. What we cannot teach is natural talent and natural ability. So the number one thing people like me look for is, that unusual kind of player that South Africa used to produce and produce tons of them.
So this is your second time out. You were in Johannesburg a year ago, Cape Town at the moment. How many players have you picked up and how are they progressing?
Well, yesterday we had 100 plus players, and today we have the match. So what we do is we pick 24 of those best 100. They play an 11v11, and from that we will select who we think has won, and we offer them the contract, and we'll fly them to Dubai. I mean, these guys are lucky because our window is open now in Dubai, so we are here to recruit players that will go straight into the first team. So it's a great opportunity at the moment, but I'll share with you who wins later on today.
I look forward to that. Well, let's talk about the nature of the contract. What's an offer? I mean, you may not be able to give us specific numbers, but for any young South African footballer, I mean, you've also talked about other African footballers coming up from places like Mozambique. Is this a life-changing experience?
Yeah, I mean, look, what every one of these players is looking for is the opportunity for professional football. So our contract offers a package that, obviously is financial and covers your accommodation and all the stuff that you need. But more importantly, our program is, we like to call it a mini Red Bull project. So we are trying to find talent. We work with us in Dubai for, we tell all our players maximum 2 windows, 3 windows, and then we transfer you into a bigger, better opportunity. So it's a great opportunity to step into professional football. And as you know, here in South Africa, you have great football clubs nurturing talent, but they can only take so many, and so many don't get the opportunity. So this chance is the opportunity professional contract. It's fully professional in Dubai Division 3. You get paid a package, you get paid a salary, you get paid bonuses. You start your career, as I said, a lot of these guys, as a professional football player, which means play football for a living. That's what we're offering.
But Ali, we're obviously delighted that you come into South Africa to look for talent. But South Africa is not number one on the continent. You've got countries like Morocco, whom Bafana Bafana is playing tonight, who are rated. In fact, they made it to the last 4 in the World Cup. Do you cast your net across the continent, or is there any particular reason that South Africa has been your destination for the last 2 years?
Look, South Africa is obviously traditionally is multicultural, so that gives us a wide scope. We have a lot of followers from South Africa. We had success in South Africa. We do go to other places in Africa. We're supposed to go to Ghana and Ethiopia this year as well. But South Africa, it's been good for us, and we're good to South Africa. We promised the boys last year that we will always come back. It's very important for us is to build a legacy in the country that we go to. We don't want to just come take 1 or 2 players and never come again. And 3 boys from Joburg last year attended this trial yesterday and looked good and took a lot of the advice we gave them last year on working on physicality and technical ability. So, yeah, first of all, we are loyal to the project, and second of all, it's been good for us. Like I say, we have 2 currently playing in the starting 11 for South Africans. So if it works, you don't change it. And good luck tonight.
Well, thank you for that. That was basically going to be my final question. How do you call the match between Bafana Bafana and Morocco this evening?
Well, my partner and assistant coach is a Moroccan French, so I'll have to be careful here. Of course, we want the Bafana to keep improving, and that gives us better scope for developing talent here. But I think you've got a tough job on your hands tonight. Now that Senegal went out, I think they're the favorites. So you need all your good luck and abilities tonight.
Well, that's what we talked about earlier on. Ali, thanks for your time. Appreciate you speaking to us. We did call it. It is about the 12th man come tonight.